And I know some of these children that's age 2 and 3. At 2 and 3, could I have a complete conversation with my parents? Wow. These kids today, I don't know what's in the food, what's in the water, but these children at 2 and 3 can have a complete conversation with an adult. Right. At 2 and 3, they know how to go on the internet and erase the cookies to the website in which you and I pretty much don't know how to get to. Wow. This thing called cyberspace. Wow. In which law enforcement are now detecting because you have predators that are going on and enticing our children into sexual acts. Wow. Enticing our children into gang and criminal activity. Wow. And a lot of things we don't know what's going on. Amen. We need to be proactive. Now, I'll say this. The sheriff of Rockdale County, half of you individuals, and I've been in Rockdale since 1997, you don't even know who the sheriff is. If you do, when the last time you saw him? Wow. He just put in a crime task unit a year ago. He just put in a criminal analysis unit that will dictate the trends, the criminal trends of Rockdale County almost a couple of months ago. But the sheriff been in office for 12 years. Are you reactive or are you proactive? He's going around telling individuals that crime is not on the rise in Rockdale County. Wow. That is not true. You can read the paper. That is not true that the criminal element is here and the rise in Rockdale County is increased. You have a lot of auto thefts, you have a lot of home invasions, you have a lot of business invasions. All of a sudden you have the business community now coming together to do a what? A neighborhood similarity watch program. Why? If you're a full-service, community-oriented policing agency instead of a certain section within your sheriff's office, then that initiative should already be there. To increase patrols in your neighborhood to make sure you don't have any home invasions. Right. That should be already in place. It shouldn't be where you wait till an election year to be a part of homeowner association meetings. Amen. It should be an open door policy in terms of being accessible to our children and a part of that neighborhood watch program. Amen. Why are those units are not in the neighborhood and you have a partnership? Because I know that those individual neighborhoods have a covenant, but you also, during the course of the year, it's a welcome list, and you have a list that says all the kids, from the baby to the 18-year-old that actually graduate from high school or college, of all the individuals that live in that community. Am I right? So why is it not attached to the sheriff's office? Because you know everybody. You ride through, become a partnership with not only that neighborhood, but also be a partnership with the youth facilities. Because as a youth coach, I believe that other than coaching my children, I can make a difference in a child. Amen. And making sure if I understand I have that relationship with that child, that means also I'm in the school system, which you have the chance in the grade program, but now I'll touch bases with that too. But then you have a partnership with whom? I have a partnership with the parent. Yes. So that means that while the parents are at work, who's watching the child? Sheriff Donald Ferguson. Wow. I have a partnership with the school system. So if your kid is acting up, I can go into the school system, got an officer there. So who's watching your child in the school system? Because, you know, we can't go in front like back in the day when, you know, I cut up in school. My parent would come in and then the first thing she'd snatch me and put me in the front of the classroom in front of all the kids and, you know, take care of business. Right. And it won't be any problem on me after that. But now Donald Ferguson had access into the school system. The churches, the origination of law enforcement came from the church. So you have a partnership with that and also your civic organization. So you have a handful in that particular manner. Now let's say this also. The chance program and the grade program is in the school systems. And what happens is that there's supposed to be a connection in which your child goes to a program which identifies the do's and the don'ts of gang and drug activity. But those officers are not trained in gang and drug activity recognition. So something is wrong. But at the same time, too, when you look at a particular organization, you want to be able to make sure that that person there as a sheriff is held what? Accountable. Every action that he has is justified and there's a productivity level. When was the last time you got an annual report that identifies the justification of that sheriff, the accountability in terms of the particular activity that we have been involved in terms of that agency, and then the productivity level that you can dictate where the money is being spent? There is none. I asked for a 10-page open record request the other day. It's 3 days, and I still haven't got what I need. You need to be more vocal. You can ask for these things. And also open door policy. I don't plan on being a sheriff that sits behind the office. I believe in management by walking around and being a part of the community. And that's what I'll do. Making sure that if you call Donald Ferguson as your sheriff, I'll be at your door. If there's an issue with your child, I will know. When it deals with issues in terms of gang and drug activity and increased patrols in your community, I'll be proactive in doing so. I'll make sure that there's a difference immediately here in Rockdale. But let me say this. I need your support. I know I can talk all day long. But in order for us to make change, we have to do it together. You have to have somebody that will, you feel assured, you feel that has the loyalty, you feel that has the honesty, and you feel has the training and education to make sure that this happens. Let me tell you what I give you, because the sheriff has said, and I'll take care of this, I need you to come out Tuesday at this forum that the Conyers and Rockdale Chamber of Commerce is putting on at the Rockdale Auditorium on Main Street. It starts at 7 o'clock. Be there. The sheriff has already indicated that Donald Ferguson does not have the experience to run Rockdale County Sheriff Department, because I come from Fulton County Sheriff's Office. Fulton County Sheriff's Office is the largest, is the major law enforcement office in the state of Georgia. Amen. We have over 1,600 individuals that are sworn and non-sworn. I have reported directly to 3 sheriffs. Before I got transferred to the jail division, I oversaw the planning and research division, also the agency accreditation manager. So that means that I have written policies and procedures that directs the do's and the don'ts of sworn and non-sworn individuals, and I do make recommendations for discipline. As the accreditation manager for the agency, what happens is that you have above the normal standard policies and procedures, and also you have to deal with issues on community policing. But the main important thing is you're accountable to the citizens of Rockdale. And what I'm going to say this is that the agency is dictated by the citizens who actually live here. If you want increased patrols, if you want more interaction of the sheriff's office, in terms of your children, in terms of whatever you need, in terms of the business district, and have any insight in terms of reduction in crime, then that's supposed to be accessible to you. Open door policy. Anything that you think is a concern, that's what the sheriff's supposed to do. In terms of accreditation, that's what that means. Also, it gives you the ability to get grant money. A lot of folks do not want it because, the mere fact, they're having something to hide. There is nothing to hide. But I do have a BS degree in criminal justice, a BA degree in psychology from the University of West Georgia. Back in the day when I went, it was West Georgia College. I have graduated from one of the top administrative programs in the country, which is the Center Police Institute at the University of Louisville. Also, administrative management program at Southwestern Law Enforcement Institute, and currently right now, I'm at Georgia Command College, which I'll be receiving my master's degree December 13th in public administration. Wow. And I'm going to move on. Wow. I'm also a master training instructor, which I've taught basic mandate individuals in terms of the do's and don'ts, civil liability issues, criminal procedure issues at the Georgia Public Safety Academy. So when the sheriff says that Donald Ferguson is not properly educated or he's not ready to lead an agency that only has about less than 260 individuals, he's definitely wrong. What I'm going to say to him is he's scared, he's reactive, and he's deliberately indifferent because he have not done the things that he needs to do to make sure that Rockdale County is safe, secure, and have a better quality of life. I'm going to leave here, and I'm going to say this. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Visit my website. I do have some cards. My website is www.donaldferguson.org, and you can call me at any time. Have any questions, feel free to ask me. But I need your support as we make this difference. And like I said, it's a great day in America for me to stand here and say, I'm on the same ticket of change. I'm on the same ticket as Barack Obama. We need today to make up our minds that in order to move forward and make a difference in America, we need to start it within us first, pass the word. But remember, those people before us worked so hard, and many died for us to have this particular occasion. And if we don't do the things that was provided for us, then we cannot say anything different. It's a serious day, and I'm going to make change.